It's like 5:45 a.m. I'm getting ready to go snowboarding. Dang, I could not sleep well last night. I think because of stupid volleyball and just all my thoughts about it. Usually, like, if I'm playing, I don't really care about winning. I just want to feel like I played the best. And I feel like that was true yesterday. Like, I felt proud of how we played. I think it's a bit discouraging because we basically, like, lost everything. And usually it doesn't really matter, like I said. But towards the end of it, I was like, dang, like, I feel like all these people, like, I feel like I could be just as good as them, but for some reason, like, we're the people that keep losing. And I know, like, it's like kind of like your team composition. Like, I can only really be in the back and I can't block and I can't set, and I don't ever like use my hands open, which by default makes me like worse. I don't know. But I thought it never really kind of mattered. And like my passing too, I feel like there were only like really a few that I fucked up that weren't like gettable. It's just like, you know, Vinny's like not that fast, and yeah, and I aren't the strongest hitters. I mean, for sure. And neither of us are tall, neither of us can block. And Tom can hit, but he can't hit Vinny's sets that well, or they just don't connect well enough. And then like Tom wasn't super consistent, and I was like thinking that we needed him to be the one that like killed points for us. So yeah, it's like, dang, it's like, you know, you can be better, but you're only as good as kind of like who's on your team. But at the same time, it's like you have to be good enough on this team to do well too. You can't just be like a whole. And yeah, it's just discouraging because like I feel like I see other people and I'm like, oh, like I can only get so much better. And it's like I wish I knew more people who I could ask to play with me that were quote unquote like better or like brought different skills to the team. But I'm not the kind of person to like reach out, especially if I think they're good, because then I'll be like, why do you want to play with me, if that makes sense. And it's just like, dang, I like wish I knew more people. Like I wish I could, you know, play with people who are better or like reach out to people who are better. But then it goes back to the whole like, I feel like I never can focus on one thing. I always want to be trying different things and doing different things, and I can never like dedicate myself to being the best at something. And then that just again makes me feel like I'm basically like good at nothing. Like I'm just like half-assing everything, and like I know that's not true, and I feel like I'm decent at a good number of things, but it's just like discouraging. Like thinking that you can be better, especially when it comes to volleyball, but like knowing that it's a team thing. It's like not just on you. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like so many things are out of your control, but then you can control it, but then it's hard. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because like Alex actually won that upper bracket, and I was just like, dang, how is he so good? And it's like, I don't know, I admire how much he tries to be the best, and I'm just like seeing him succeed, which is good. It's just like reminding me that he's not in my life anymore, and I just wish that that mentality was like in my life and I could learn from him and blah blah, all these things. Yeah, I just feel like I'm always gonna like people who are opposite me, think differently than me. Maybe that's just like a human thing to want what you don't have, whatever. But then every time I'm dating someone who's like different than me, it like never really works out because of our differences. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking and get ready to go snowboard. But okay.
You know you're beautiful, but that ain't half the gold treasure in your soul that you got, 'cause you're running out.
I'm still thinking about the things I was thinking about. I think it's just easy to do that in the car when like you're tired and you don't want to talk because you're too tired to talk, so you just sit and think. And yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try to not think these things. Enjoy the day once everyone gets here, and I'm gonna try to do a better job of like reaching out to people I want to play with, and over time things will get better, and I just have to realize things take time. And that's okay.
Laugh again. Transition, nice. Laura. W.
Got back home after snowboarding. Yeah, it was fun. I'm really glad that I feel like I'm getting to spend more time with like Michael and Tony, and yeah, I feel like it's nice to try to like, I guess like hang out with different people or like get to know people that I wanted to get to know better. Right now I'm feeling like a little bit annoyed at myself because clearly I'm just still not over everything and I keep fucking thinking about it. It's fucking annoying me and I fucking hate myself for it. But yeah, I don't know. I can't stop fucking thinking about like yesterday and how I'm just mad that I'm still bothered by it. And I know things take time and I know that it'll pass eventually. I'm just like, why am I still so hung up on everything? And like, I know that I, put like Alex on this pedestal, and it's like the idea or the image of him that I created in my head, I just like cannot let go of it. And I know partially it's because maybe like I had so much fun with him like that first time we met, and that first like couple days that we met, and the couple weeks that I spent together and whatever. Like, it's like so dumb. And I know that he's just another person. I know that like I didn't like a lot of things about him, but it's just like this idea in my head, like I can't get rid of it. And so anytime I'm like reminded of him, I just like think of all the like negative things that made me feel bad when we were together. But at the same time, I remember like the good parts too. And it's like, fuck, like, how do I just forget about it? I know that I should probably like mute his shit on Instagram or like stop following his location, because anytime I like open the Find My Friends app or whatever, I just like see his name. And I know that I should probably also not add him on Be Real or like remove him, but it just seems like if I block him or whatever, like remove him, it's like he won, and I don't want that. And I'm just mad at myself because I think I spent a lot of time today when there's like downtime thinking about how much I had missed that Alex that I saw a glimpse of like yesterday, and how much I miss having him in my life, and how much like I'm now wanting to spend a lot of time alone and like edit my vlogs and catch up on that and like read and like do all these things that are very like I can do on my own with someone next to me, which is what I feel like I've done a lot with Yao over these last couple of days, just not wanting to be alone. And it's like, fuck, like when he was in my life and he wanted to do his own thing, I could have also just done my own thing, and then he probably wouldn't have been so annoyed at me like wanting his attention. But it's kind of like the opposite of out of sight, out of mind, where if he's like in front of me, it's like all I want to do is like interact with him and spend time with him and be engaged with him. And if I felt like I was doing my own thing and he was doing his own thing, but he just like didn't interact with me every once in a while, or wasn't like, I don't know, like checking in on me, or just like I couldn't visually perceive that he enjoyed my company, I would just feel sad, and then I would just get in my head about it, and it would just be the most fucking annoying thing ever. And like now I'm like alone and I just want to be alone, but like I want company, and it's like, why didn't I want that when he was around? And like I just said, there's reasons why I felt the way that I did, but it's just like I can't help but think like, fuck, like now I'm all alone and I wish someone was around just to like be around, just waiting for the day where I stop having these thoughts and I stop needing to record them to make myself feel better. But okay, I'm thinking about it more because I'm editing like my vlogs and I'm just going through all of the thoughts that I thought and recorded, and yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have any regrets because I literally was myself the whole time ever since I met him. And yeah, like maybe when I first met him I was like more shy, or I wasn't really as loud or annoying as I know I'm capable of being. But that's still like me, and that's just how I always start off when I get to know someone. And eventually in the relationship, I just felt like I couldn't be myself anymore, and I would just second guess everything, be scared to do anything, say anything that would annoy him or offend him because, yeah, I don't know, I just cared to like not be a burden and make his life hard. I don't know, that's just like my biggest fear is like disappointing people and making their life harder by being in it. And just like knowing that I felt that way, it should just mean that it's okay to just move on and stop thinking about things. I just watching my videos and being like, oh, I made all these mistakes and like I should have done this and this, but it's like in that moment I felt how I felt, and it's not like I could change that because that's just who I am. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to fault him either because like when he first met me, he was, you know, I guess the version of who he is when he first gets to know somebody, and he was like nicer at first, like really trying to get to know me, and then maybe he just like felt more comfortable and didn't feel like he needed to try as hard, because if you're closer to someone it means, yeah, you should feel like you can be your true self with them. And it's like on one hand you could be like, we both tricked each other into thinking we were like one way but we really weren't, but at the same time it's like you were just acting how you do normally act when you first meet someone. I don't know, I just felt like in a way maybe I was more true to who I was than he was. I don't know, maybe he feels the same way too, like maybe like from the way I see it he's like a completely different person than how he was when I first met him. And maybe he also thinks that about me, where like he thinks that I'm a completely different person than how I was when he first met me. But just like thinking back on it, I'm like, I find that so hard to believe, because I was still like pretty loud and annoying. Like he saw me interact with my friends and it wasn't like I was trying to hide anything. I'm just thinking too much, but it's okay. I want to let myself overthink and it's okay, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna keep doing this and see how long it fucking takes me to just stop fucking thinking about it. Watch me like fucking do this for the next month and then look back on this and be like, holy fucking shit, I just dedicated like 20 bajillion hours to this person that does not give a shit about me anymore. Okay, bye again.